we're counting down our top 10 returning food and wine favorites for 2023.
Let's see.
Hello everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sam.
And you are watching the Theme Park Foodies, and today we are at Epcot. We're back at Food and Wine, and whoever had found us during our last Food and Wine video, thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't seen, we did have a video all on the opening day of Disney's Food and Wine, or Epcot's Food and Wine Festival for 2023, where we tried some brand new items, but today is all about returning favorites, right Sam?
Yes, all our returning favorites. And because Food and Wine is so big, there's over 25 booths, we decided to do a top 10 of our favorite items that we've had throughout the years.
Yeah, these are all things we're looking forward to having, and we probably like 10 just as we like one. So it's not really a linear list, but we will be rating what we eat from 1 to 10 because Disney food can be inconsistent. So we're kind of seeing if these are going to stick the landing, right?
Yes, and we definitely have had that before. Like we've had that happen where we put something very high on our list. It was the Epcot snack list, I think.
Yeah.
Or quick service. What's it? It was a pretzel bread pudding,
yes,
which we gave a 10 to in one video, and then we came back, we made it like our #1 item, and that day it didn't taste good.
Yeah, that happens here at Disney, which is why we're going to be trying things. We'll be filming this over the course of 2 days. There's going to be 5 today, 5 tomorrow, but to you guys it'll be all one video. It's just too much for us to eat in one day, and we did this because we feel like there's just an insurmountable amount of food with over, like you said, 25 different food booths, us trying the new stuff last video. So these are all things that we just couldn't wait to try on the return of Food and Wine. There are some like booths from missing, like Swanky Saucy Swine from last year.
Oh yeah, that was a really great booth.
Unfortunately, that was lost last year. The greatness of those pork rinds with pimento cheese. But yeah, I'm ready to head in. It is raining, so I'm not sure how well the footage from tonight will be, but I'm sure the food will be very good.
Yes, and a lot of high numbers, hopefully, if they were as good as we remember them to be.
Hopefully they're just as good as soggy. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Join us while we count down our Food and Wine favorites here, returning Food and Wine favorites at Epcot. Some of our favorite items are actually before World Showcase, so we're gonna head right past Spaceship Earth and make a left to head to our first booth and our first item. All right, drum roll please. The number 10 booth is a new booth from last year. It's returning, it's the fry basket. This year, they have those pickle fries, but what we're excited for, or we're eating right now, what's returning is this fry flight. These are salt and vinegar fries, right Sam?
Sea salt and malt, barbecue bacon, and sweet potato casserole.
Yeah, all different flavors, savory, salty, sweet, and delicious. Last year, this was one of our favorite things.
So, it came in at number 10 because at the end of the day, it is just French fries, but what I love is that 1, you have an assortment, 2, it's easy to eat, and like you can just pick it up and go somewhere. It's easy to share with other people. Like it's just a good park snack. And like Jay said, you have salty, savory, and sweet. So it's like just the best of.
You remember the price for this?
I want to say $7.50. I don't even remember which one was my favorite last year.
I think with like $7.50 for something you could share too. Like, can you name a favorite? Can you name a favorite child? That's like naming a favorite French.
Frank is my favorite child.
Understandable.
It's my only dog.
Oh, those cheesy, the little cheesy top on the fries, crispy bacon.
I think a smoked aioli on the barbecue bacon. A lot of seasoning on the barbecue.
Yeah, I feel like it sounds like it depends on the batch you get.
Yeah.
You know, who's making them each day sometimes.
Oh, ooh, no. Hey.
Yeah.
I got it time and time and again. Like I will keep coming back and getting it.
I hope it comes back next year. The fry basket was new for last year, so I hope they keep bringing it back.
Especially with everyone loving the pickle fries. Also, the yuca fries, the vegan fries, are also very good too.
Yeah, maybe we have to get those again in our vegan crawl. We had them in our vegan crawl last year. All right, let's find 9. All right, so thankfully we don't have to go too far. It's literally right behind the fry basket. They have a lot of nice seating over there, but it is pouring right now, so we're actually dining near Brew Wing. This is Coastal Eats the Oysters Rockefeller. Now, usually I wouldn't put mass-produced seafood on this list, but oysters Rockefeller for $7.50 and pretty good, Sam. I know you're not an oyster
They
fan.
look big.
Yeah, big size portion, $7.50. And last time I had these, they tasted fresh. It wasn't like a fishy flavor. You can put a little lemon on those. Let me get this big boy right here.
From fries to oysters.
Yeah, I feel like we had to put at least one piece of seafood or shellfish on here. Obviously, you wouldn't be a fan of this if you can't eat shellfish. But it looks good.
Oh my
Look at
gosh,
that
you
spinach.
eat it in one bite?
What?
You eat it in one bite?
Yeah, well, I eat it in one bite. I'm not sure if you're supposed to. It's good. A lot of spinach, a lot of cheesy flavor, some like crunchy flakes on top. You can watch them kind of make it over here. They do pre-make them, but they put a little crunchy, I think it's panko crumbs. I'm not sure what that is on top. And the oysters are big. For $7.50, this is a good item. And I didn't get really any like fishy flavor. It doesn't taste old. It tastes somewhat fresh. I'm not sure how they're sourcing it here. Usually like the seafood in America wasn't good. And I think at one point they did have oysters at America. They were like fresh oysters. But seafood in America was not. This didn't taste fresh. These taste pretty good. I mean, look at the size of them, 2, 3 for $7.50. You're talking about oysters here. If you go to the Boathouse over in Disney Springs, you're paying a lot more for oysters.
I think those are
better
top
oysters. Yeah.
shelf oysters.
Look at this other 8. I think it's a good item. Again, I usually wouldn't suggest mass-produced seafood, but I think like for the price, for the size, and for the taste, it like this combines. I'm doing it on a scale based off of quick service, not fresh oysters. And I think for quick service oysters, these are good. All right, so we've waited in the rain for like a half hour. For you guys, it'll just be like a few seconds. But we're gonna try to bolt, because our next spot is actually in World Showcase. We're gonna go through brewing.
I wish brewing had better options. That we could have just conveniently went.
Fortunately,
by.
nothing's at brewing. We were thinking about lying, but we're not gonna lie. Our next spot is actually pretty deep in the World Showcase. Okay, through brewing and onward ho to number 8. All right, number 8 got us out of the rain, thankfully. It is a beautiful restaurant that we wish was open all year round. They have tiles that are intricately detailed across the wall, and they have this fresh made chicken. We actually have 3 items from here.
Chicken. There's grilled chicken kebab, and they also have a spiced lamb kebab. We love the chicken.
Yeah, the chicken is so juicy. They have a fresh fire where they actually make stone-baked bread that you may or may not be seeing come up soon. I think the flavors here taste like fresh to me. It has that international appeal that the Food and Wine Festival has.
It's never, I've gotten this a million times. It's never dry. It's always perfectly spiced. The sauce is just a little creamy touch. Cool it down. Then there's like a carrot chickpea salad, which is really good. This is always one of my favorite things. I'm giving it a 9.
Yeah, we always say we wish this was open all year round, and they didn't just have this for the festivals because it's really good. And some festivals it's closed. So. All right. So number 7, pistachio cake. They got 3 items from us because the next one is actually going to be the stone baked bread.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. We can't recommend this booth enough. We really think that it's very underrated, which is why it got 3 whole items from our list. And we swear we are not doing this because of the rain. We sincerely put 3 items on this list.
They were together on the list originally.
Yeah.
And look, your cake matches the table.
Yeah. It has this Moroccan tile. What's noticeable about the Moroccan pavilion are the handmade tiles. The King of Morocco, which actually oversaw the creation of this pavilion. You can see some of the artwork and some of the tile work right here even as we sit down. This pistachio cake is a favorite every year. It looks bigger this year, Sam.
It's a different shape. Last year I feel like it was like a rectangle. Now it's like a little bunt circular.
Yeah, it's like a bun cake more this year. It has some...
it has cinnamon cream and then candied walnuts.
Yeah, you can see the candied walnuts.
So
and then this tile is white chocolate.
That's
Not fondant, white chocolate. Much better than fondant. Look at the layers. Not layers, but look at how moist it is. Thank you very much. Look at how moist it is in the center. It's just very, I'm sorry if you don't like that word. Whoever's watching.
Grow up if you don't like that word. No, I'm just kidding.
You can like whatever words you like or don't like whatever words you like, but this is very good.
It's just like light.
It's a little sweet, but it has a hint of like pistachio flavor. It's delicious. I'm gonna give it another 9, Sam.
I also
Take it away.
like the cinnamon cream with the candied walnuts. I feel like it reminds me of like when you get the cinnamon nuts, you know, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
street vendors.
That cinnamon cream just adds such a like, it mixes so well with that unique pistachio flavor. And definitely a 9. All right, spoiler alert, number 6 is the stone baked bread. This is actually a little colder than what we usually have it because we've been filming. But you can see it made fresh. I actually got a nice shot of them making this one. And usually it's a bit puffier. I don't think it's as puffy this year. You get 3 dips. Which is which?
It's supposed to be hummus, chermoula, and zaug.
Okay.
What
Well, this is
am I saying?
hummus right here. So let me try a little hummus.
I think the green one is the zaug.
For Zhao.
Carbs and dips are my jam.
That's definitely Zowie. Got a little spice to it.
None.
It tastes like a.
Are we even
olive.
saying that right? Probably not.
And this one definitely looks like it has looks like an olive paste. Look how like grainy it is, fresh made, doughy. Good. I got an 8. That one was really good. I think I might, for this particular iteration with the chicken above, but we've had this where it's a 9 before, right, Sam?
Yes.
It's usually puffier. It's usually not this flat. Either way, very good. And again, if you're near Morocco, if you like any of these flavors, pistachio cakes, stone baked bread, or just like that kind of zest or appeal of the Moroccan flavors, this is definitely a food to check out. It's so good. It has an international flair, well made, fresh made, delicious. Can't recommend it enough. Tangerine Cafe really is so good. Right.
Slaps.
Yeah. I hope that we were able to capture this part of it a good. It was very hard because of the rain, guys. Trying to protect the camera.
Trying to protect the food.
Trying to protect the food. But I really do think the food that we had was so good, and I'm really happy that we did this.
Good, yeah.
Yeah. I'm so happy we have we're able to capture all of our favorite flavors into one food and wine video, because there really is so much at Food and Wine. And I think even just for us to have this video, it's nice, you know? So we'll be heading out, but you'll be seeing us again.
Hopefully we're dry.
Yeah, and different clothing. All right, and through the power of movie magic, we are back. I'm wearing a tank top today. It's a little bit hotter today. Sam, you picked up that cool hat, right?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about like the style of the hat. I don't think it's my thing, but I do think the design is really cool.
I dig the trucker style.
Thanks.
I think you could drive a truck. I don't think you could have.
If I was driving trucks for Taylor Swift, I get a $100,000 bonus.
Yeah, that was really nice that you did that. But yesterday was so much fun. I'm even more excited for today because this is our top 5.
It's getting good. I mean, and everything yesterday like lived up to our expectations and what we were used to. So
Yeah.
hopefully the top 5 continues to do that.
All right, most of this is sitting in World Showcase. Let's head over to number 5. All right, we're at Canada and we're having the cheddar cheese and bacon soup. Now, the only reason
Literally steaming.
it's steaming and it's like 100 degrees outside right now. It is so humid out today. I feel gross. I feel slimy.
Like 10 minutes.
I felt nicer in the rain yesterday.
I've actually noticed that people look happier when it's raining at Disney than when it's not raining.
So at this time of year, I think is more so. But this is the cheddar cheese and bacon soup. It is what it sounds like. The only reason I think I wouldn't give this a 10 is because it's usually like 80, 90 degrees when you have it.
Yeah.
I wish I could have it like inside.
It's a testament to how good it is, because you will see Canada always having a long line, and I just feel like this is one of those things that's just synonymous with food and wine. The soup is food and wine. Like,
Canada also has a filet mignon that you can get. It's what
spoiler alert, it didn't make the list, which
Yeah.
I feel like people will be upset about.
the quality varies with it so much. I didn't feel comfortable putting it on this list.
It's $9.75, so I feel like it's expensive and it's just too inconsistent.
Yeah, it's got good variations. It's got bad ones. Yeah, I wish you could pick how you want it cooked, but this is always good. It also comes with a little pretzel baguette.
Oh my gosh. No, it's stale.
Oh, it's
Look.
oh, that's sad.
You should.
Maybe it's supposed to be because it's
No.
supposed to be pretzel-y.
It's-
All right, this is our first stale pretzel baguette we've ever had.
Dang it. Oh, that's been hot. I can't bite it.
Really?
I cannot bite it.
All right, maybe just eat the soup then. Oh, that is it. See, this is why we do this. So you guys can see. Maybe one day we wouldn't have known that stale baguette is possible.
Maybe the filet would have been better. The soup is still like.
Soup is
you
top
like
tier.
cheese and bacon. And drinking hot soup in 100 degrees, like, come on. Yeah.
The fact you'd even choose to do that
Yeah.
is a testament to how good it is.
Today, I'm gonna give this a 6. Only because I'm knocking off points. Actually, no, I can't even give it a 6.
Really?
If I was rating the soup on its own, I would say 8. But
I usually give that soup a 9.
yeah, 8 or 9 soup. The combination though today, this is hard as a rock.
Yeah, usually we never had that happen before.
I feel like that has to be like a 2.
But now you guys know what's gonna happen.
I can't chew it. 2 for the bread.
What do you think, little guy?
He will choke on that. Don't even.
Yeah, we can't give you any pretzel. All right, so cheddar cheese soup's so good. Like sharp cheddar cheesy flavor, little bits of bacon, delicious. Next thing, we're actually going sweet, and we have to head a little deeper into World Showcase.
I had to break out the fan after that soup.
Oh yeah, it's hot. All right, so number 4 is at America. Flavors of America, a brand new booth for this year, but a returning item that's usually found at the America booth. It's the carrot cake. They have a cream cheese icing, walnut interior, walnuts on the inside. All right, so let's see how it breaks down the center. They put a lot of icing on this one, Sam.
Yeah, you're in a pool.
Yeah. It's always one of my favorite things every year. Look at the center of it. Look how gooey that icing is. If you guys have watched before, you know that I am a fan of textures with my food. And one of the textures I love, Sam, is goo. Look at that. All right, cream cheese icing. Big lobster song.
They're trying to get higher on the list.
Usually doesn't have all this icing on it, just so you know. They just went extra today, I guess. But you can taste those little walnuts in the center, which give it that unique texture. It's soft, it's moist. You get a little bit more moisture too from the cream cheese icing. Cream cheese icing is very sweet. It's usually not this sweet. But I love it. And I love the cream cheese icing. It's warm, it's fresh. You know, probably a little bit better in the rain, so it'll be a little bit cooler. But so good. I'll give this an 8. Yeah, I mean, this and cheddar cheese soup and mine are like neck and neck, but they're like, this is like the sweet, like, I shouldn't say iteration of cheddar cheese soups, they're very different. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they're on the same level. This is so good. And I'm happy with Flavors America brought it back because I probably wouldn't recommend anything else on the menu for them this year. All right, thankfully here in World Showcase, America's not too far from our number 3 pick. It's really the next pavilion over. All right, we're at Japan, right next to America, and our number 3 top 10 item, top 3 out of 10, is the teriyaki chicken bun. It's in a, is this a bao bun, right?
Yeah.
They have like a...
And we got 2 because I'm not sharing.
Yeah, no, these are so good. Definitely an item we have to get every single year. It's like a...
It's just tasty.
Yeah, well, it's teriyaki ground chicken in a bao bun. They actually have a cheeseburger pods, which are like bao's bun of cheeseburgers, over at Satuli Canteen in Animal Kingdom. Those are one of our favorite snacks ever, which is why these rank so high on our list.
It's so good. The bun is so soft and pillowy. The sauce has a little bit of sweetness, the teriyaki. There's a little bit of vegetable in it.
And I think like the bun absorbs the teriyaki flavor a bit and creates like a flavor explosion in your mouth. So
good. I'm going 9.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think that Japan consistently has some pretty solid items every single year. Although I do think that the Wagyu bowl, I like this a lot more than the Wagyu bowl. And the Wagyu bowl costs more.
This isn't that expensive.
Yeah. No, it's good. Again, for number 2, we don't have to go far because it's right in between Morocco and France. All right, so number 2, we're almost at number 1, but number 2 is Belgium. And this is like a showstopper, I feel like. I do feel like sometimes it's been at different booths though. It's the beer braised beef with Gouda mashed potatoes.
I think the Gouda mash puts it over the top. And they give you a big portion.
Look at the size of this beef. It's beer braised. Look how like tender and juicy it looks.
And only $6.
Yeah. Little carrots in there. All that gravy. It just looks good. Tender, melt in your mouth. And then you get like the little sharpness. Creaminess from the Gouda. And the carrots even add to the flavor for that. Whoa. That, oh man.
I'm glad that it made it high on the list.
So good. 10. Yeah, I've been trying to be more conservative with the 10s since our Hershey Park days. We used to vlog a lot of Hershey Park for any of our newer viewers. But yeah, this is just, it's delicious. Like it's, the meat melts in your mouth. That beer flavor is prominent, but not too prominent where it's overpowering. You have the little creaminess and the sharpness of the Gouda mashed potato, and then you have that kind of almost earthy flavor of the carrot that like goes in with it. It's delicious. The only thing that maybe could be a little salty for some people, I could see this possibly getting salty because sometimes it depends on who makes these dishes. But for me, today, this was a 10. All right, we actually need to take the boat back because we're going outside World Showcase to number 1. But I think it is definitely worth the trip. All right, drum roll, please. Number 1 is Flavors from Fire. The corned beef or smoked corned beef comes with chips, cheddar cheese curds, and it looked a lot.
Onions.
Yeah, it looks a lot better. It looked a lot better last year. It looked a little better on the sign actually.
Beer
I feel like.
cheese sauce. Did you say that?
Yeah, I think so.
We went from beer braised beef to beer cheese.
We don't really drink that much, which is why we don't.
Get our beer in our foods.
Yeah. So it's surprising that beer braised things, but I do think that that beer or the yeast in beer does provide like a unique flavor when it's cooked in items, and I think it's reflected here in these dishes.
The chips are so good.
Yeah, the chips are like in-house made, crispy potato
They're
chips,
not,
like kettle cooked.
Overly salty.
They look kettle.
The beer cheese is amazing.
Those pickled. What is that? Pickled
onions.
Onions. Sorry. They're good. You can hear like the crunch when you bite them.
So good.
And they don't really sog out too bad.
It gives it like a little bit of acidity.
A little vinegary taste probably too.
I love it. I'm going 9.
Yeah. I mean, last 2 items, but you didn't agree with my 10 on the last item, right?
I didn't think it was a 10.
So
I thought it was an 8.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want to try this one out myself. So I've been trying out all the items, but this one I wanted to try on camera because I feel like it's our number 1, even though this was kind of an arbitrary list.
You didn't want to let me have my moment with the number 1. You wanted your own moment.
Oh, wow.
The beer cheese is really good. The chips are perfect.
Yeah.
They don't
It's
get soggy.
Little beery flavor. Okay.
And I'm not even like someone that like really goes out of my way to eat corned beef, but it goes well with the beer cheese and the chips.
And it's just a little crunch. I would agree with the 9. I think it's deserving of the number 1 slot. And I'm really happy we did this because we got to capture us eating all of our favorite things from Food and Wine. And there are more things that we do enjoy because not all the booths have opened yet. So this is basically just off of the booths that opened opening day, this list. So we will be covering the other booths when they open later in the season. And 2 of the items we had are part of Emil's
Fromage montage?
Is that what it's called? You had it, I think, Sam.
Fromage montage.
Yeah, so it's a cheese crawl. This and the cheddar cheese soup are included on it. And all these other items, if you complete them, you get 5 of them, you'll get a completer item, which is a strawberry cheesecake soft serve ice cream in a souvenir cup. So, if you're interested in that crawl, we are big fans of cheese. It's a fun crawl to do, and obviously 2 of those cheesy items made this list, so we're big fans of them.
Congrats, Flavors from Fire.
All right, so that does it for us, counting down our top 10 returning Food and Wine favorites for 2023. I would say what my favorite thing I ate during this crawl is, but they were all my favorites. I do not have a favorite child. They were all delicious, although if I had to pick a favorite child, it would definitely be the beer braised beef from Belgium.
Really?
Yeah, that was my favorite thing.
I'm sticking with our number 1.
Yeah. The corned beef and that, which to me were on the same level. There were so many delicious things that we had eaten during this crawl.
This was like the tastiest crawl we've ever done.
Yeah.
It was like all our favorites and pretty much everything nailed it, except for the pretzel stick in Canada, which usually is really good, but that was the weakest thing. Everything else was like just as good as I remember.
Yeah, that was strangely stale, but everything else, like you said, is delicious. Also, if you want to do the Emil's fromage crawl, you have to go to Shimmering Sips to get the completer item. Shimmering Sips is kind of right next to Canada, right near port of entry. I hope one day that we can do that, but mean, this was delicious. The second day definitely a little nicer because it was not raining as much, but the rain added a nice atmosphere and cooled things down. So
yeah, so
it was a journey.
Yeah, it was a journey. Very wet yesterday, very, very hot today,
Yeah.
but we powered through.
Yeah, now if you were planning a trip here, I hope this maybe helped you pick out a few items. And I do want to say, these are not all of the best items here. There are so many items, like we said, 25 plus food booths, more booths opening later in the season. So there are going to be plenty of other things that maybe we didn't have in this list that I'm sure are just as good, and some new items that we haven't even tried yet that I'm sure we'll be trying in other videos. So if you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. Liking will really help our channel grow. It pushes this video out into the stratosphere of the YouTube algorithm. Helps other people find the video. Subscribing, it also helps our channel grow. Hit the bell notification so that way you're notified every time when the videos come out, which is when, Sam?
Every Monday and Thursday at 12 p.m.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't count the days.
We make the days count.
We will see you next time. That's all, folks. I really do feel like so lucky that we're able just to come here after work, Sam. Even if it is like super hot or rainy, you know, like it's just really nice and a privilege to be able to go to this place that like so many people vacation at regularly, right?
No, it is really cool, and it's definitely something that we always like dreamed about before we moved. We were like, imagine we could just go to Epcot after work.
Yeah.
And now we do.